guys, it's Alivia Rose, and you're watching The Fans View.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Fansview podcast. This week, I am joined by an up-and-comer on the independent circuit. She's making a way for herself out there, and you're going to hear her name real soon if you haven't already. I'd like to welcome onto the show Miss Alivia Rose. How are you doing today?
Hi, Jared. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good on this Friday evening. I appreciate you taking your time out to come talk to us.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I was at the pool. I was at the pool before this.
Hey, I can't hate on that. We're just going to jump right into it because I know you're a busy lady and it's a Friday night, so I'm sure you have things to do. How did you initially become a fan of professional wrestling? Is this something you jumped into when you were young?
I wouldn't say I was so young. I didn't grow up a wrestling fan. When I was 12, my two friends would watch WWE a lot. And in middle school, I think I was in 7th grade at the time, and my mom went somewhere with my sister, and I was waiting in the car. I was on YouTube, and I was just scrolling, and then I saw it was AJ Lee versus Paige. It was that match, and it was the first WWE match I've ever watched. My brother used to watch it when I was a kid, but I've never really paid attention. I didn't care. So this one I was oh, let's pay attention. Let's watch it. What's the hype?
Right.
And then I watched it, and then I watched everything. And I came home that day and I was yeah, I'm gonna be a wrestler. And my mom was she laughed, and I was no, I'm serious. If they could do it, why can't I?
Absolutely. I mean, if that's who you were exposed to early on in your fandom, I mean, you couldn't have started with two better, women performers.
Yeah, they were a pretty interesting match.
Is it safe to say that Paige and AJ were some of your favorites, when you first started watching, or did you have some others?
AJ was my top favorite. AJ got me into wrestling. She's kind of what drew me in. And Paige, yeah, she was pretty much one of my favorites. Then I started watching it and around the time it was maybe 2016, 2017. It was Alexa Bliss, The Miz. Who else did I really like? No, those were my two favorites. AJ and Alexa Bliss were my two favorites.
Okay.
But I went through different wrestling eras too. I would watch that kind of 2010, I don't know what years, 2016. Then I would go back when I started wrestling, I would watch older wrestling. So I switch around.
Okay. So when did wrestling go from something you enjoyed watching and, a hobby to something you were I want to do this with my life? When did that change kind of occur?
The second I watched it. No, I'm so serious. The second I watched it, I was telling everybody, I'm going to be a wrestler. And people would laugh at me, and I didn't, especially so drastically, I did not care for wrestling until I watched one match, and then I was oh, this is what I'm doing. So people were all right, cool. And then I started training when I was 15, and then I just didn't stop. So then it kind of took it more serious from other people. It's never than myself. I always took it serious. It was always a serious thing. But also, I was a teenager too. When I started wrestling, I was a sophomore in high school. So most of the time I'm wrestling, I was a teenager. The past 2 years, I've been 20. Now I'm 21. So really, most of the time I've been in high school and stuff. So it's, you're still figuring things out.
Right. Absolutely. And you talked about you started training when you were very young. One of the places that you actually trained that I found in my research was the Dark Arts Gym, which is obviously partially run by AEW, WWE superstar Aleister Malachi Black. What was it like to attend a school that was run by somebody like that who's had so much success in the business, and I feel could teach you so much?
Right, I still train there. and I love it. It's a lot of fun. I learn a lot. It's a good environment, and you learn a lot. Like you're held to high standards there.
So is it right to assume that you're down in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida now. I go to college down here, and I'm originally from New York.
Okay, all right. I'm a Jersey kid who transplanted to South Carolina, so I feel the pain.
It's yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm from Staten Island.
okay, all right. Um, I guess I ask about the Florida thing because if you throw a rock, you'll hit 10 schools in Central Florida, West Florida, North Florida. They're everywhere. How did the Dark Arts gym become the one that you picked? Was there like a special reasoning behind it?
Um, I was in Florida for about a year. I already did my first semester of college, and I went home for the summer. I came back. I was looking for a spot to train, and my friend I had this friend, and she was training all these different places randomly, and she just was telling me about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's it called? Like the name of the school. So I messaged them to see if I could train, and then the rest is pretty much history.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, that's awesome. Um, Obviously, so you've been training since you were 15, so you're going on what 6 years now in the business technically. You've
Yeah.
been up and down the roads. Do you have any places, maybe not one single place, but any places in particular, whether it be a town or promotion, that you kind of like, that's your go-to, you really enjoy working there?
I like it. I like wrestling at Shine. That's my favorite promotion to wrestle at. I always have fun. I don't know. I wrestle a lot of different promotions, but that's my favorite one. Like I always have fun there. I always have a fun match. Like the environment's pretty cool. It's in
Yeah.
South Florida,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's a little hot. But it's pretty fun. It's always pretty fun. It's better than wrestling in 12 degrees. Put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, I've been to some Shine shows in my wrestling fandom, and they always feel like a party.
Yeah, they're fun.
Do you have a favorite opponent that you like working in the indies with?
Uh, I would say Marty Bell was one of my favorites, and Brandy.
Okay.
I had fun wrestling Brandy. Um,
Ah,
who else? Does it recently?
just whenever, yeah.
Recently, yeah, Brandy's definitely top recently, the past 2 years. Who else? I don't know. We're just gonna say she's my favorite.
We're gonna go with that. She's a fellow podcast alumni. We've had her here on the Fans View, so we're gonna go with Brandy. We love
Okay.
Brandy here. So in your I'm still gonna call it young career, you have had the opportunity to do some extra work or some enhancement work for All Elite Wrestling. Can you talk a little bit about what that experience was like for you?
I just turned 18 at the time,
Wow.
so yeah, I was really young. I was really young, and I really didn't know what to expect. So it was kind of a little bit new to me, a little nerve
Yeah.
wracking. But I ended up having a lot of fun. Once I was out there, I wasn't nervous. I was like, this is what I'm meant to do. Don't worry about it. I was piping myself up. I had fun. I did get a nosebleed, but that happens to me all the time. I always get nosebleeds, and people think I get hurt. Get seriously hurt, but I'm like, no, I just have allergies. I swear.
I was about to say, is it allergies or is it stress induced or what?
Both. If I get really stressed out, my nose will start bleeding. If somebody taps my nose, it'll bleed. If the weather changes, my nose will bleed. I'm like that girl from Stranger Things, 11. I always say, I'm like that girl. I'm like real life 11.
I love that. We are like 30-ish episodes in. That is the first Stranger Things reference we've gotten. So
Yeah, I'm happy to be the first.
you win. You win. I don't know what you win, but you win.
Yeah, I get her because my nose bleeds a lot, and then I've been told that I look like Marissa Tomei, young Marissa Tomei,
I can
and
see it.
I look like the girl from The Sopranos, Meadow. I've been told that, but
Yes.
I don't think I look like Meadow.
We're gonna have
But
to
I've
pull
been
that
told.
one out.
I've been told. I
That's
was
fine.
like, you look like Meadow.
I mean, that's not bad company. A
Yeah.
young Marissa Tomei is definitely
That I've gotten a few
definitely
times.
definitely a compliment.
Yeah, I've gotten her a
Yeah.
few times, but it's crazy because I think she looks like my mom. So maybe I maybe I look like my mom.
There you go. So I guess what can we expect out of you now? You're hitting the road. You're down there in Florida. What can we expect out of you in 2025? Like, do you have any tangible goals? Going into this new year.
I have a lot of goals for this new year. A lot of different goals. Obviously, to like keep growing, keep getting myself out there as a professional wrestler. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Hey, that's never a bad answer, right?
I don't know where I'm gonna be in 2025. I mean, it's already 2025, but I don't know like where life's gonna take me. I don't know where I'm gonna be in June. I don't know where I'm gonna be in May. Like, you never know.
That's a good answer. I like that. Okay, so here at the Fans View, I love to have this segment called the Fans Eye View, where I'll show you a picture and you kind of just tell the story behind it. Are
Okay,
you down for that?
I'm down. I'm down.
All right, here we go. First one up. We'll give you the easy one first. What do we got here?
That is me holding Brandy in a headlock. That's what that is. This was at Shine. I think this was my first. This was my first match at Shine, actually. Yeah, this was my first
Okay.
Shine match against Brandy, and she's in a headlock there. I think this was her last match. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure. I think it was her last match, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Was this a winning or losing effort?
Um, I think I lost. I think I did lose. I'm not sure.
If if
I
you
think
can't
I.
remember, she's not here to defend herself, so we can just put you over.
So I'm just gonna say I won. No,
Yeah, there you go.
I definitely didn't win. I definitely did not win. But yeah, it was like a million degrees out that day. I remember that. Everyone was dying. Cause I think it was in July or something. I don't know. I didn't even think I was living in Florida yet.
A July show in the middle of Florida. God bless the Booker.
Yeah. I don't think I was living in Florida yet. I might have been. I don't remember.
And then this one is a little bit more intense. So our younger viewers, viewer discretion is advised for this one.
That's a nosebleed.
Is it really?
That's a nosebleed. I
Well, I
promise
got to
you.
tell you, your nosebleeds are the most badass nosebleeds I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah, they really are. People think I like die on them, but really it's just like I just need a tissue and to hold my nose there for 5 minutes, or it's just never gonna stop. But yeah,
Wow.
I felt I don't know what happened to me honestly. Like if my nose could have got tapped the wrong way, and then people think I just died. But if that's yeah, that's a million% a nosebleed. I think that was December. Yeah, it was cold. Yeah, it was like the humidity was low. Yeah, that's a nosebleed.
You're all dried out. I got you.
Yep.
Well, that is an 8x10 for the gimmick table if I've ever seen one. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I would have never guessed nosebleed on that picture. I would have thought you were just in a death match or something.
Yeah, somebody like it looks like I cracked my face open. I just
Yeah.
have a nosebleed.
Hey,
Yeah.
you'll never have to gig in your life. If you ever need to bleed, you are good. Just give you a little flick and
Depends on the season, but yeah.
yeah, I mean you're off to the races. So I love to ask everybody this. These last couple questions are kind of universal. First of all, this is the Fans View podcast, so I have to ask, outside of the ring, when you're not bleeding like a stuck pig, what are you a fan of?
What am I a fan of? All right, so I like TV. I like TV. I like movies. I like watching stuff. I like shows. I like a lot of sitcoms like Big Bang Theory, Friends, Top like Shameless. These are my favorite shows. I like horror movies and I like funny movies. There's no in between. Either you have to be like dying or you have to make me hysterically laugh. Like otherwise, I don't care for it. But I did like Wicked. I loved Wicked.
Oh
What
God.
else am I a fan of? I'm a fan of the beach. I'm a fan of the pool. I like swimming. I like the sun. Like nice weather.
True,
It's
true
vibe.
Florida girl.
Yeah, it's vibe. I like fruit. You know, I'm not even a Florida girl. I'm actually a New Yorker, but that's why I like it so
I
much.
don't. I was about to say you're sounding more and more like a Florida girl. I think you were built for Florida.
I don't know about that one, but um, I'm a big fan of shopping. We love shopping. If anybody wants to Venmo me, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Although she's not, we're gonna put it in the description below.
No, I'm not. I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, I don't like playing video games. I can tell you what I don't like. I don't like those.
Okay.
Um, I like my dog. I'm a big fan of my dog. I have 3 dogs. Actually, I have a pit bull and 2 golden doodles. Their names are Lucy, Lily, and Louie. I'm a fan of them. I'm a fan of them.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm a pretty simple person.
Hey,
These
there's
are my
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. These are my likes.
Okay.
I watch a lot of
And
TV.
there is nothing wrong with that. Beating the hell out of your body every other day. You might as well enjoy a little Big Bang Theory in your free time.
Oh, I love it.
So I'll wrap it up with this question. And we spoke off camera. This can be as deep or as not deep as you want it to be. But at this point in your life, like obviously you're a young girl, at this point in your life and of your career, what does the term success mean to you?
Making a living off of doing something that I love. That's success to me. I like being fulfilled, like full fulfillment. Like you want to be happy too. Like you, I mean, you don't want to be
Yeah,
like miserable. I don't think anybody's miserable broke either. So I mean, I don't think anybody's like so happy. Not that it's a bad thing, but I like making a good living off of doing something that I love, being surrounded by things and people that I love. That's success to me. But I'm also 21 years old, so I haven't really like reached like any high success yet. Like I'm pretty young. Everybody's kind of still figuring things out at my age.
absolutely.
So, um, yeah, to me that's success, but my definition could change in a year or two. Never know.
It could change in a week or two.
That's what I'm saying. It could change tomorrow.
No, I love that answer. I do love a good, honest answer. Um, Olivia, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people get a hold of you on social media?
My Instagram is _Olivia Rose, I think. Same for my
Yeah, it is.
TikTok. Same for my TikTok. The underscore might be in a different place, but it's Olivia with an A. Alivia. That's how you spell Olivia. Just because, like, if people spell Olivia, it's not gonna come up.
Gotcha.
Um, I have Twitter too, but I don't really use Twitter. But if you really want to find me, Instagram, TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok, the_Olivia Rose with an A, guys.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Olivia, thank you so much for giving up some time on your Friday night. I know you could have done a million other things, but you chose to be with us instead.
Thank you.
Well, guys, until next time, this is the Fans View signing off. And don't forget, rather, call your mom.
If you haven't liked or subscribed, you're going to be joking me.